Okay, last salam. Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Truth and Banter. Yes, we were not here last week due to unforeseen circumstances, but we're here. The guys are here. We've got Remontada. Remontada. When you hear Remontada, you know those are Arsenal fan, and who's representing us now is Bamidele. We got Show. We got Visca Baka. All these people. Shall wait me? I will change my name to now as Chelsea fan. Eh? Madagascar boy or Belgium. Belgium no dey here.
We are not title contenders.
We're not okay, not title contenders. I will change my name to be that. In fact, no Europe. I will change out to no Europe. How are you guys doing? How's your weekend going so far? How's your weekend going so far? Sure, you sound somehow. Sure, are you okay?
Yeah, I am. Very, 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 very.
Having the time of my life. Daily, how's your weekend going?
Oh yeah, it could be better. By tomorrow, Fulham will just make me so happy.
What would you gain? I just want to know. What would you gain if?
No, it's because of some people on our group from Belgium. You know,
who is Belgium?
Shouting,
no code. Who's Belgium?
Okwaikana that is always shouting. We are not title contenders. We are just top 4, but you are just going to make top
4. But we're not title contenders.
That top 4, you will not make it.
We will just not make it.
We'll go sit down for here on that.
In Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name. In short,
sure.
I don't like Man U, but Man U says maybe
sure. And I wish I talk with that. No. Sure. You say in Jesus' name, I'll be in Jesus' name too. Man U no go win that.
Yeah.
Man U go. I don't think I force Spurs to win.
Okay, you know what?
Okay, Spurs go win.
Okay, actually, Lala. Somehow it may sound selfish or unreasonable. I actually don't want us to win the Europa, and I'll say my reason. I think it will give us some kind of false hope to think we are not. We need to realize that we are actually very terrible, and that means we shouldn't win anything. End up in our 13 or 15. And then we rebuild from there. If we win that Europa, it gives us some kind of force that, oh, yeah, after all, we are not that bad and stuff like that. You get. I mean, I've been seeing some nonsense.
But you guys need the money.
Many Man
That's what I was about to say.
You need the same Man U. I get your point, but what I'm saying is, see, it gives us some form of illusion, and we think it doesn't make us actually be objective, about the team's performance. Just like the coach said, the league table actually tells the actual story of whatever your team's performance is. So winning this team may give us some,
No worry. We go see talk your Man U matter. But let's just start with the Champions League. Quarterfinals. I think if we should do a bit of stock take. I mean, how many of you guys got 4/4 on this? I don't think anyone got 4/4. Did anyone get 4/4?
I did now.
Did you choose Arsenal?
Yes. Go back and listen now.
So you chose Arsenal.
You didn't choose Arsenal.
Arsenal will win, but I did not say anything about second leg.
You didn't say Arsenal will win second leg.
I was the person that said Arsenal.
No, now me and Ola Salam talk say Arsenal will qualify.
You care?
Yes.
Ola Salam.
Now only me. No, Lala no talk Arsenal. You no talk Arsenal.
I talk him.
Really?
Arsenal. Yeah, I talk him. So Arsenal will qualify.
And Ola Salam talk Bayern I think, not Inter.
So 3/4 mostly. Nobody got 4/4 then. Yeah. So, anyways, these are the last 4 for the Champions League. I think we go to Munich. Is it Munich, right? They play final in Munich. Ola Salam.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't know what's happening. Okay, yeah. Munich.
Yeah, so here we are, Arsenal versus Paris Saint-Germain and Inter versus Barca. Now,
hello.
Ola Salam, I can hear you.
Hello.
Ola Salam is having some.
Glow network, glow.
Glow they use. All right, we have the last 4. We have the last 4. Any surprises here? Was any genuine surprise for anyone here? in these last four? Is
Well, I think a bit of Arsenal. I think I never thought they would qualify. To be honest, yeah, they pulled it and they totally deserve it. If they play this same game tomorrow, they will still qualify. Yeah.
not don't you think can we say things like Madrid were bad over two legs, or it's just a testament of how their what's it called has been over the season? They've just been, trying to make it work, even though it doesn't look like it was going to work.
Okay. I think that maybe a combination of both, just like Liverpool. Since about December or thereabout, Liverpool has actually stopped playing what they were playing from beginning of the season. They were just using Salah's, brilliance and the likes, and then it got ripped off against PSG. And then so this Madrid as well, their weaknesses, was actually shown by Arsenal. Arsenal tore them into pieces. And I'm very, very impressed about the Arsenal, to be honest. You can bat and do other things, but man, now they actually deserve to beat them. And they showed the weakness of Madrid. I mean, and that's why Madrid fans now are saying, oh, Saka's a lot, he has to go, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? They weren't saying that.
Those ones are ungrateful. Those ones they just spoiled. Real Madrid fans are spoiled. Spoiled. Yeah. But PSG, are they like the dark horse? Did I mean, you guys have played them already this season, but are you looking forward to playing them again, or do you think they're a different team entirely now that it looks like they've gelled? If I could say that they've gelled right now.
Oh yeah, I actually wanted to play PSG instead of Aston Villa. I said that for Madrid as well. Remember one of the podcasts where people were like, I said Atletico would knock out Arsenal easily. The same way if we were to maybe like reshuffle this and we play Inter Milan, it would be worse, because a very easy way to beat Arsenal is be solid, let them come at you and counter attack. And in terms of Ancelotti, I think it's almost every year since he got the job. Last year as well, they was calling for his sack till he won the Champions League, right? They're the reigning champions, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Till he won the Champions League, they were calling for his head too. Because to be honest, it's a similar curve. They don't really, maybe they start well, they drop, and in the league they fall off. Then Champions League, they just keep going and going and going, and they win it. So yeah.
So, but on the day, it just looked like they were clueless. I don't know if it was tactics from Ancelotti, but I think it was poor.
Right.
When they just wanted to cross. It's not like they had Jose Lu or anything.
Going back,
yeah.
Lala, going back to what I just said, you have 4 attacking players, which only one is willing to defend. The rest of the 3, no. That can happen against maybe a team that is not fast on counter breaks and all that. But if 4 out of football now has changed, everybody has to do a little bit of defending, even if it's maybe Mbappé alone that is not defending, and other 2 or 3, because I wouldn't include Bellingham. He also tried, really tried to
I think Olasala would come in.
Yes, he would stay otherwise. But what I mean, he really tried. It's like he knows the game was not going their way. What he was trying to do was like to maybe like turn it to like a physical game or something like that. But Vinicius Junior and Mbappe, they literally was nothing.
True. I'm gonna move on to Barca now. Barca, they seem like that team, like they're unstoppable at the moment. You can easily see the weakness in this team, but it seems people are just not able to. Even when you try to break down the weakness, you end up coming short because they are so good attack wise as well. Is there any team that can do the business against them? Is it Inter? Will Inter be that team? How confident are you?
Thank you so much for this opportunity. And I'm glad every tongue is confessing now. I heard Lala said we are so good.
Up
It's so
front, up
refreshing.
front. You guys score a lot of goals, and that's what I mean.
Well, I mean, goals win you games. Is that what you guys are saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, the weakness in the Barcelona team is the eye line. I'm not going to lie, because playing that eye up the pitch is a very big risk. But I mean, risk is part of life, and I think we have played against Bayern, we have played against Madrid, and we have played against teams that have nothing to lose. They have nothing to gain, nothing to lose. Do you understand? So just want to come and hurt you. And I think 95% of the time we have come out on top. So it's really going to take something spectacular from um Inter to beat us. I mean, we will have a lot of problems scoring goals because of their defense line. But I think when it comes to their own attack too, I mean, they will need to be steady. So if they're going to get 9 chances over the 2 legs, they need to take most of it, because then that's what I think. Anything that's going to beat Barcelona needs to keep scoring goals. That's just it. Keep scoring goals. So if you can't score two and say, okay, you're going to just go and say, no, you can't do. It's not possible, because with the likes of Omo is very clinical in small spaces, and I think he owns the key to our treble this season if he can stay fit. So if you are going to just score 2 or 3 goals against Barcelona, then you are going to lose. But I think if there is a team, that's why I'm scared of that PSG team. If there's a team that their both wings are active, when I say they are both wings, both up front and they are left back and right back, I think that's the kind of team that can hurt us, because midfield, definitely we are going to take over the midfield from you. But if your left winger, your right winger, and your right back and left back can do the job, then I think PSG is a team that can hurt Barcelona.
Okay. Talking about Inter did just. I mean, was it 2 or 3 seasons ago against City that they were in the final? I wouldn't say they were unlucky, but City were really, really good. In that final as well. Could this be Inter season? I mean, they're coming here to the final second time in 3 seasons. Could it be? Could it be? I mean, there are two dark horses. There's PSG, who have not been in this stage for a long while. There's also Inter, who have been here. They've tested what semi-final and final can, be, and now they are about to, go the extra mile again in this competition. Could that experience they've garnered over the past few years, come in handy for them? So, do you think they can do the business and get to the final and possibly win it?
I'm talking of PSG, right? PSG, right?
No, Inter.
Inter Milan.
Inter, okay. Well, looking at how far they've come and their season as a whole, I think they also have a very good chance of getting to the final and even eventually end up winning it, because when you get to Champions League semi-final, okay, it's most of the time, teams would benefit from tactics, not just this team is good. No, tactics will have to come to play, because I mean, it's a very sensitive, stage of the league. So I think that's, I mean, looking at their season as a whole, yeah, I mean, this Inter could still, get the treble this season. I think they're in semi-final or final of their
I
cup.
think they got
They
knocked
are
out.
literally top of their league, and now
I'm not sure they're still in the cup.
they got knocked out.
I think they
When?
may have been knocked out.
Nah, I doubt it.
Yeah, I'll
Really?
double check, but I think they got knocked out.
I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not too sure all that. But then, yeah, they've had a very
They're in the
good season.
semi-final in
And
Coppa
if you
Italia.
look at the way they
Oh, okay.
aha, there you see. Yeah, so they are a very compact team. If there is one thing that I like about the Arsenal team, for example, they are very, very compact. And a team that is very compact and difficult to break down can beat anything, no matter how attacking you are, the opponents are. And looking at this Barcelona team, they can be taken. If you can just take their, I mean, if you can just, hit their weakness, they can actually be taken. Personally, I would have loved Barcelona, Arsenal in the semi-final, PSG, Inter. That's what I
In
would have
Europe.
wished, for Manchester City. Yeah, but then
But but
I think PSG.
yeah.
Yeah, they also have a
Okay,
chance.
okay. Fun fact: now that we confirmed that Inter and PSG are actually in the semi-finals or final, I think PSG is also in the final of the French Cup at the moment. So that means 3 out of the 4 teams here are in the, they're on for a treble. Dele, it's only your team that's not on for any treble. What do you think about Inter, and what do you think about the chances of Arsenal?
It's good. Let them be on for treble. Most times when you go for treble, you end up getting just one or two. I wanted to say something on Inter real quick. I'm putting my money on Inter, both legs in this game. I have my reason because I think I said this. Well, no, I'm not sure, but Inter is the only team Arsenal has played this season that hands down, what I mean, hands down, defense locked, midfield locked, attack is scary because the Lataro and Turam. I think Turam is actually injured, so maybe that would, But even looking at Barcelona has been unlucky now because the injuries are beginning to come in now. I think their left back, the guy who is having a fantastic season, Balde, I think is injured too. I'm not sure about the replacement. I don't even know the person. As good as Kubasi and his partner is, I think Inter's forward, Lataro, will be too much for him. Barcelona, I think going forward, they are with Liverpool, they are probably one of the best teams, is outscoring teams. But those are teams that they have spaces. When you play against a very compact defense and midfield, oof, that's what I want to see that game. But my money is on Inter Milan.
And looking at the way the fixtures is set up, Inter play away first at Barcelona, and I think if they're able to get a result in Barcelona and they don't get trashed, because it's very important. If you don't get trashed in Barcelona, then it's on. But do you feel the same way? You feel the way it's set up, it's as a disadvantage for Barca.
Well, home and away, I mean, if I usually say something, anybody that sleeps will get beaten. So I mean the Champions League, everybody always wish their team is playing away first before playing home. That can be a factor, but I don't think 100% because let me tell you something about this. One thing I know about this Champions League is a Champions League game can be, I mean, it can go from 2 games to just 1 game. And my fear with this Inter is just their defense being compact. That's just my fear with Inter. But aside that, I'm not really worried about Inter because I mean, I don't want to say much. I really don't want to say much, and well, let's see how it happens. Let's see how it happens. I'm glad people are putting their money on Inter, and I'm glad Barcelona is seen as the underdogs. And definitely, I'm very confident because at the end of the day, the game Arsenal played with Inter. That was I think during the group stage, I think Inter won them by 1-0. And you can't compare Barcelona's forward to Arsenal. You can't compare Arsenal's forward to Barcelona's forward. Even the midfield. Yeah, even the midfield. Inigo Martinez and Kubasi. Kubasi is 18 years old, and both of them they've worked so well this season. I mean, you can't be perfect all season. You can't be 100%. You will definitely you'll get some people that would hurt you. They'll put a knife in your back definitely. But I mean, we have my defense has played against one of the best attack. Inter doesn't even have the best attack in Europe. We have played against one of the best names. We have played against Osimhen. Yeah, we have played against Mbappé, Vinicius. I mean, we have played against Mbappé and Vinicius Junior 2 games.
When I play
2 games. And we played Napoli now.
No, when in this season?
We played Napoli when that was last season. Yeah, sorry, that was last season. Sorry, I was combining everything together. But what I'm trying to say is we have those when Kubasi was even 17, he has played against one of the big names. I mean, even in the national team and everything. I mean, is we have a better chance. We have a better chance. I don't see Thuram as I don't see Thuram as a bad guy against Barcelona. Maybe Lautaro, yes, but Thuram, I mean, I see him as every ordinary striker.
You know what? Let's just move. We're still gonna do like a proper preview when it's closer to the time. I think it's in 2 weeks or thereabouts. So we'll come back to these topics. We're gonna move on to just the general league review. A lot of our teams did not play. I think tomorrow they're playing, but Barcelona played today, and they did the Remontada. Dele, you have Remontada on as your username. Please tell us all about it. What happened? Did they get lucky or they deserved the comeback?
Oh no, they did deserve the comeback. You know, I didn't watch the game until 3-1 because I think I was watching. There was a Premier League game going on, and at 3-1, when whenever I see show writes on the group, then I'm like, what's going on? I went to check live score. I saw it was like 2-1. I'm like, oh, okay, this game is going on. So when it was 3-1, then I switched. But at that point, the way I saw Barcelona playing, I'm like, until the final whistle, I do not.
I think it was too early though. It was too early. It was what?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
like
like,
60
nah,
something
this was
minutes, 60 minutes or something. It was
Lala, did you watch the game?
I'm like, nah.
I saw when I saw 3-1, I turned it. But I saw the way Barcelona was pressing and shooting from everywhere. I'm like, nah, this was no
Right.
hold anything.
Oh.
Yeah, but that was it. So I mean, I saw Sho say something about a penalty. What was he? What's going on? What happened? I didn't see that. Happen, but
Yeah, it was Barcelona's winning goal.
oh, okay.
It was a penalty.
Oh, okay. So they gave them
It
a
was
penalty.
someone kicked over. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But I saw something else that Celta Vigo were supposed to be given a penalty, like the keeper punched someone's head.
It's not
It's
a
not.
penalty.
But they
It's not
gave
a
Messi.
penalty.
Is it similar to that Messi one? Was that the picture I saw? Let Olasalam answer first. Olasalam, is it similar to that Messi incident where he was punched in the face, allegedly, and he was given a penalty?
Honestly, I didn't see the incident during the game. I actually saw it after the game, and I saw it on Twitter. I've not watched it again, honestly. But what I can see on Twitter, if it's done against my striker or my player, definitely I'll call out for a penalty.
Okay. No problem. Madrid don't play until tomorrow, and while you guys are struggling, I think Madrid, Madrid stars or whatever they call their name. We don't have any Madrid fans here. They will be licking their lips. Like, oh, we could still win this league, but it looks like it's slipping away from them. Ancelotti has said, or they've said, Ancelotti is leaving on the 26th after the Copa del Rey. Do you think the Madrid boys, they're going to try and give it their all for their outgoing manager?
Are you asking me?
Sorry, I have a question. Has this been confirmed by Real Madrid, or it's just still rumors?
So was that a rumor that doing the what's it called?
It was a rumor.
I've
It
not
was a
seen
rumor.
the confirmation.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you look, everybody knows he's leaving at the end of the season, right? It doesn't make sense actually to leave. Before the season ends. But I think since maybe they've stylishly conceded that league to Barcelona, and the only thing they are fighting for is the Copa del Rey. So if they don't win Copa del Rey, or maybe they want him to win the Copa del Rey and see what happens. If he doesn't win it, then there's really nothing for him left to wait for. He's leaving Madrid at the end of the season. I think that's confirmed. Widely reported that he's going to go and manage Brazil, isn't it, for the World Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, it does.
Yeah, but
Yeah, go on, sure. Yeah, go on,
sorry,
sure.
I don't think it's not been confirmed yet. One, then two, this Brazil thing. I think the rumor even came about last season, before this season started, or about 2 seasons ago, that he was going to resume in Brazil. And up till now, nothing of such has happened. So I think we'll just leave it for like till the end of the season. More so, the reason why this rumor came up was after Arsenal knocked them out. Real Madrid are quite spontaneous. If they want to sack him, they will have him sacked the next day. I don't think they are that patient. So I think we should just wait for an official confirmation. There are still rumors, and I don't. Everything is still being pushed by these Real Madrid's
Okay.
accounts, on Twitter and the like, that I believe, blah blah blah. Yeah. So, but I don't believe it yet. He might leave, of course. No big deal. But I don't believe
Okay,
it.
okay, and yeah, Atletico Madrid, they are still like a distant third. At one point, they were really close to the pack, but yeah, that's it there. But let's go to the Premier League. The league's already confirmed. Everybody knows. Yeah, you know, Liverpool have won it. So let's talk about the race for the top four, and it's hitting up so much. As a Chelsea fan, it's frustrating. Where we find ourselves in seventh, and I know the guys have said so much. Show says he doesn't even want to qualify for the Champions League. I'm like, what's wrong with this guy? You people are broke. You people are broke. You need the money. You have Sir Jimmy who's there telling people you don't have money to pay this, you don't have money to pay that. You are cutting so many things. That injection of funds from playing in Champions League is a big deal, don't you think?
Yeah, I know it's a big deal, but I mean, see, having the money from Champions League doesn't wouldn't even do us any favor. I don't even want us to go to any European competition at all. See, we are terrible. We should face it. We have a domestic problem. We shouldn't. I mean, I don't think we'll even qualify from the group stage in the Champions League if we eventually go there. I mean, it's called Champions League for a reason. We're not going to be playing Celta Vigo and Leganes, or Southampton or something. We literally struggle every game. So that's
You don't think
personal.
it will change
If I
with this guy
consider,
having a proper preseason? Because he came in the middle of the season and everything was in
yeah,
shambles.
the thing is this. Yeah, I get it. But the thing is this. He possibly will need some set of players. It could be just 3 players, it could be just 5. I don't know. He will decide that. But he possibly will need those set of players. And now those set of players, I don't think that we need to be playing European competition, which is Champions League, and then be playing. No. Let's have what they need to do should be done mostly on the training ground, and they should come and play once a week. I recall Chelsea having that too. I mean, Chelsea won the league that season.
With
If you
Conte,
recall,
yeah.
Conte. Chelsea didn't go to they play just once a week. They have so much time to train on the training ground. And then the coach can pass his ideas better. They have a longer time to train, not traveling every 2 days and go and be playing. No, we're not that good yet. Let Arsenal and the likes who are that good be playing it for now. When we get ourselves back, then we can then fight, the right way and then go. That's just my own personal
Okay.
opinion. Of course, every fan base wants us to win trophy, and then let's win. But see, no, I don't want us to win. It gives us some form of illusion, and before you know it, next season we'll still be back to this same score, and that's why I don't want it.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
sure, sorry, Lala. You don't think where like you said, where are you going to get the money for? Because why I'm saying this is now Aston Villa, it looks like Aston Villa and Newcastle will probably go to Champions League back to back. If they do, Aston Villa, they only went once. Look at how much they like put in transfer. If they do go back to back, they're having a lot of money to buy even top players. If Man U
Okay,
don't
let
go
me.
to Champions League,
Okay.
like for you,
Let me
like you
ask you a
said,
question.
coach needs.
Let me ask a question, please.
Okay.
When you go to the Champions League, like you qualify for the group stage, how much will you be given?
It's still a lot,
I don't
and
know,
it's
but
more than
what?
winning the Europa.
And
I know.
apart from that, if you're even getting you're getting match what's the name? From tickets, from sponsors, all those game, what's the name? You're getting money again.
It seems you don't get what I'm trying to say. I do not care about those things. What I care about is for us to go back to the drawing board and face our reality.
I get you.
That
But
is what I'm.
I get what you're saying.
Also, please don't get
Hello?
it twisted. We have a lot of people that will be moving out of the club. We'll be saving quite some box from salaries, and then side Jimmy, if he likes, he should invest some money. If he likes, he should not.
So how do you
Still
move
be there, will
forward
be
now?
That's what I'm
If you
trying to
don't
ask
if you
him
don't have this
exactly.
income,
If
if you
we
don't have the income,
Because sure, what you don't understand, sorry. What you don't understand is, yes, Champions League is nice and whatever, but a coach will tell you the league is more difficult than Champions League. You might be lucky with draws. For example, I would say Dortmund. The beginning of this season, Dortmund has been terrible in the league and everywhere. Nobody even believed that they will even get to where they went, because I think they sacked 2 managers or something. They sacked one person, Nusain came in, and that one was still playing rubbish. They sacked Nusain, collected this one too. I mean, technically, Dortmund were terrible this whole season, but at least they still got to where they
And
got
they
to.
save
Whatever
their
money
season
they have
actually.
now, they use.
Now they're in
Yes,
Champions League.
for them getting to
Yeah.
that stage, they kind of saved it. So if I understand where you're coming from, you're saying, okay, yes, you have to go back to the drawing board and all. But if you go back to the drawing board with this same player, you said you're going to sell players. You only sell. I don't know which player man you want to sell
Make money.
that they will
Yeah.
raise funds from. The only thing you do is save money from salary, and that's not enough for buying to balance the books. Yes, you might balance the salary books, but you still need players, like you said, for your coach to actually
Dele,
get
Yes.
actual
Dele,
whatever
show
you
is
want.
just playing mind game. He's just
Sir?
playing mind game, saying, yeah,
Oh, so in case
yeah,
they
yeah.
don't win,
That's what he's doing.
Which
Hold
mind
on,
game?
you are saying you.
I beg you. Which mind
I
game?
thought about it.
Which mind game? So if we
Let,
don't win,
let me
wait,
let me ask you a question.
if we don't win, what's the worst that happened?
Nothing can happen. I
We
don't
banter.
I don't know why
How is
people
that?
are still finding time to banter Man U. But my point is, can you hear me? My point is, even if I don't know, you thinking that winning any trophy is going to create an illusion is just a lie for me and a mind game, because whether you win or you don't win, you still need to do the job. You still need to go back to the drawing board, because I don't know how, except you are just going to sack this guy, or maybe you're going to give him time to work during the preseason. There is still work that needs to be done. I feel even if you win a trophy, that can even boost the mentality of the team. It can boost the confidence of the players that, see, we actually shit and we can do this thing. But saying no, it will create an illusion. See, bro, the best way that I think Man U can get back to their feet is to compete, not just in England, but across Europe. You'll be surprised that teams like Gardineg FC that these people want to play, Chelsea, Gardineg,
We don't suffer.
Pronounce the name. Lala, pronounce it.
Now Lega Miami FC. Now we beat. I mean,
So you're
beat
surprised
us.
that teams like Gardineg FC.
No,
Oh, the next one,
opponent.
The next one.
Jogaden.
Okay, Jogada. You're surprised that the teams like Gardineg FC, they can out Chelsea. So the best way to actually get you guys back on track. Look at Barcelona last season during Xavi's second season. We were bad. We were very bad. But people never saw that against PSG. People were still, they were doing their banter and everything over the tail and everything. We were very, very, very bad. I can remember some games Barcelona won. We won it with trash players, very, very mid players. And look at the players that are in Barcelona now. It's not as if they are still world class or everything, but maybe the coach factor and the mentality of it's game by game. If you say winning a trophy is going to create an illusion, you're just playing mind game. You don't want us to actually have time to talk about you, and we'll talk about it to the end. If you don't
But
win
I don't
anything,
even
we
think.
drag
I
you.
don't. Wait, sure. I don't even think it's logical what you're saying. Let's assume that it happens the way you want it to happen. You don't make the Champions League. We know the club is struggling with funds. How do you sign players? How do you now actually compete? How do you get those quality players for you to even make the Champions League the next season?
You go DM
If you
daily.
think about it, I
Okay,
Idiot.
okay, no problem. Okay, I'll just say a few things. One, Olasalam made mention of something. Barcelona was shit last season, blah blah blah. They had 85 points. I don't think a team having 85 points in the league was shit. That's one. Then also, about playing mind games. What's the worst that will happen? You guys will banter me, and then what?
We have
Haven't we
not.
done
We
that
will
all season?
drag you.
Now,
We will
that's not what
drag you
I'm
by
saying.
your
What
2K
I'm
wig.
saying is, no problem. Oh, you will drag me. You will not even drag me up to the way you drag Chelsea if they don't make the Champions
okay.
League. So forget that thing. But let's,
Babe.
back to what I was saying. So,
Yeah.
the thing is this: we are very, very bad. So I think
In
it seems you
capital
guys
letter.
don't understand how
In capital letter.
bad we are. Yeah, very, very bad. It seems you don't know that we played Southampton and Southampton dominated us. Is Southampton at 20 for league? They do, as in they played us outrightly. We just use Bruno's brilliance, Ganache, okay, you can run.
It doesn't mean you are bad. It's not.
Do you get? Yeah.
It
And they
doesn't mean
lost
you are
the
bad.
chill. And they lost the penalty. There's hardly any game that we have dominated in the league this season. I mean, Biola is here. I'm sure he will have one or two things to say as well. But let me move away from that. Chill now, chill. Let me finish. That's that. Now, the reason why I said I don't want us to go to the Champions League now, because it creates some form of illusion, is this. Last season, we were actually bad too. Of course, not this bad. We were bad. However, we won the FA Cup. We beat City. Yeah, and we feel, oh yeah, we're almost there. Then this season started, and the whole shambles, was now clear to everyone, for everyone to see. So now, if we had not won the FA Cup last season, we wouldn't have actually made the Europa League. And that would have been a very clear sign to everybody that, this is a very bad season. But winning that FA Cup, especially against City, created some form of illusion to the players that, yeah, not actually as bad as people think. We're in the Europa, I mean, Chelsea, who literally, came, I think, sixth or something, didn't even make Europa. We're in the Europa. And then the season started and we became terrible. If we had known we are that bad, yes, then we can face our reality. That's one. Two, the money, about this one, about that one. Who is saying we should go and sign 150 million pounds player? No. We cannot compete on that level yet. Going to sign 150 million, no. And then we do clearances. Bajo, Sancho, 10 million, Rashford, 15, Kinecon, 2, Brother Casemiro, time is up. You are earning 350. Time is up. Then we face our reality and we build from there. Also, Jimmy has to invest some funds because, of course, that was what he promised. So, literally, forget all this. There's no money. We can still create some 200, 250 somehow and then get some decent player. I'm not saying we should go and be signing Declan Rice kind of player. We're not at that level yet.
I think so. You're playing. That's
what I was about to say. I think you're playing.
Let me just hear from B. Let's hear from B. B. Short says he doesn't want United qualifying for the Champions League because it creates a false sense of arrival that yes, you guys have arrived in the Champions League. That he wants you guys out of every European competition because he feels you can compete better. Do you agree with this sentiment?
I think I did not say what you said.
Okay.
You have said.
What did I say?
I did not say that because.
Is it different?
No. Maybe you listen to what you said. Yes.
So I can hear you guys now. So every man with his own onion.
All right. So what I said is this. Sorry. Yeah, sure. What I said is this. I don't want us to win the Europa. Of course, as a fan, I want us to win trophies, blah, 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 so that I can brag here and there. But however, the reason why I don't want us to win this Europa is because it creates some false sense of illusion to us. It doesn't actually make us see our reality. And our reality is the 13th or 14th that we are in the league. That is our reality. But winning that Europa and heading to the Champions League gives us some form of illusion. And it may actually not prompt us to go back to the drawing board and actually know, we are actually bad. And let us now do the actual surgery we need. We will just be patching like we did under Ten Hag because we were winning trophies.
Okay.
That was what I said.
So it's different from what I said. Okay.
Yes. So no, it's different.
Okay. So B, what are your thoughts? B just come out. Okay.
I'm back.
B, what's it? Okay, yeah. What are your thoughts?
So let me say this to you. If we don't win Europa, how do we attract players? Currently, the system we are playing don't suit the players we have. So how do we now attract players to us? We are broke. Winning Europa will give us 90 million pounds. That can buy us 4 or 5 players that suit our system.
Me 2025.
Yeah, no, he's right.
No,
No,
you don't
Lala
have
is
to
right.
buy.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy world class
You don't have
players.
to buy 100 million or
Yeah, you don't have to buy world class players at the moment. Suit our system. We have players coming into just to suit the system. Leave. We have what's it called? Experience already. So we don't have to buy world class players. So that's why I said every man with his own onion. If we don't win Europa, season is dead. Automatically, right off next season. Write it off outrightly. We're not attaching any player. We still have the same weakness players we have. That's it. Me, I want us to win Europa. One, bragging rights, so I can shout on daily if they don't win Champions League. I will finish him. I will finish Lala. I will come on this podcast.
Why
and
not?
scream.
I want to get out.
Before you come, the people don't say prayer. They don't put in Jesus' name. Say Chelsea don't go qualify. Myself don't add in Jesus' name. Man, you will
No,
not win.
no, you will
Tottenham will
qualify.
win.
I know Fiorentina will beat you, so I don't care, but you still qualify. You
For
qualify
what?
for Europa.
If you win, no, shame for winning the conference. I
No.
don't think it
No,
works.
you, no, if you win conference, you go for Europa. Even if you come second, you are fifth, sixth now, you still qualify for Europa now.
Eh,
And now,
Really? I don't think
you
that's
still
how it
qualify
works.
for Europa or you go to conference again.
I know for
Europa.
Europa.
That's what.
And now, you qualify for Europa. And if you come eighth, you qualify for conference again. You go and play it again and you win again. I think you are winning European Cup.
I'm sorry.
You
Let me
don't
add
make
what Beast talking about again, because me, I'll go back to what I said. You see Aston Villa, the way Aston Villa and Newcastle, they are moving. If Man you no win that thing and they go Champions League, and those people keep going back, especially Newcastle, where they have money to spend, and Aston Villa, they keep going front, and you are saying, okay, you don't want I mean, I understand where it's coming from, but if you don't have money, you can't buy players. And if you go to Champions League now, you even attract players. Let's forget the money partner. You attract some players that, okay, I want to play Champions League. That's why I'm coming to mine. But you are not going to Champions League
to
again.
be honest, if Man you not go any European, I don't think Man you have a problem with attracting players. They are that big of a club that.
Give them, let them be talking like Man U is from Southampton.
But
They talk like
what I know is
Lala,
money is
they
a problem
will,
for
because now hold on. Now, let
They
me
will
let me
not.
explain why I think they will. Because now the players will now be coming for the wrong reasons. They're not coming to build, to see how they can improve the team. Now they're coming that, okay, should they go pay my money? For example, Varane. When Varane was coming, I said, this guy is old, he's getting injuries, he will not be fit. He's just coming to collect pension for which he don't play for Madrid.
Dele, I have one question for you.
Uh-huh.
Can you say Rice came to Arsenal for Champions League?
Yeah, he came to Arsenal because because of footballing reasons. Yes, not even not be only Arsenal won't buy him 100 million. Man City, go back to check it. Man City paid, they matched the exact price. He chose Arsenal because of Rodri. Rodri don't do Man City. You get Google, go and check it. Man City matched the exact price.
Because of Champions League, okay.
No, what I'm saying is the style of play. He might, of course, he knows Arsenal is qualifying. Before he came, Arsenal they qualify now. Man City they qualify. What I'm saying is, okay, I'll use an example now. Isaac, let's say Isaac is a Man U fan, childhood Man U fan. Oh, no, Isaac is wrong. Goretzka, the former player, Gokore, sorry. The Sporting Lisbon striker. We all know by right, if Man U did the normal place where Man U did normal before, it's automatic, it's coming there.
Fact.
Because number one, Sporting Lisbon gets good relationship with a transfer relationship with Man U. And now this is his former coach. It won't even be a debate.
True.
But now he will probably be thinking now that, okay, because of footballing reasons, I mean, Man U is still trying to process their gameplay and everything. I mean, trying to build something. If I go there now, just the same way, what's the name now? They'll say any player will go Man U. I mean, on Twitter, we always banter. Any player will go Man U, just don't say your own don't finish. Because even if they play before now, if you reach there, play small, they go abuse you.
Well, we go talk that one after again. I forgot something in the UCL phase, so I think we'll just do it after. And I don't think everybody's prepared anyway, but we'll get to it after. So let's just move on to the next topic on the agenda. So, I mean, over the course of the week, I think Dele, you shared that clip where a football analyst was saying something about the players from back then are massively overrated, and the players of this day are massively underrated. And before we get into the discussion, and when we talk about players of back then, I don't think we should mention players like Ronaldo, R9, because those, I mean, people like that were phenomenal. Zidane for what they did to the game. People like Van Basten or thereabout, they have insane stats because they can go band for band when it comes to these stats in terms of goals scored and games played. Now, does this guy have a point when he says, "Oh, the strikers of back then, people like let's say a Batistuta or an Inzaghi, which people will still rate in today, they are massively overrated, and the people look at strikers or even any players in any of these positions in today's game, they look at them um as they're not good enough. And people use that phrase a lot of, oh, the game is gone. The level of football has dropped. Ola has said this every time on this pod. Level of football has dropped. Is it a case of people not just appreciating what they see and they don't value it? They value things that they did not watch. I mean, he made the point that said, oh, you did not watch them 90 minutes consecutively every time. You don't see their bad moments. You only see their good moments in the highlights. You never saw them how they played, and which for me is a fact. Does anyone feel the same way, or the guy is just bugging? He's talking into nonsense.
Personally, I think when it comes to using the word underrated and overrated, we need to be very, very careful. Very, very careful, because a lot of us did not see, just like you said, a lot of us did not see these players play for 90 minutes. You understand? And it just shows what happened today. A lot of people tune in to watch some games, maybe after they see the team is losing or something. So reason why I say football has dropped generally is I think people are too sensitive nowadays. That's one. Two, there's a lot of money in the sport right now. A lot of money. A lot of money. I think where I started having issues with the amount they used to sign players was when Sterling was signed for, I think, is it 15 million or whatever, around that time. And I'm like, this guy is not even worth this amount. But generally, I think everybody's watching more football right now, and bec- we didn't really see these players like Basitita, all those people like every day. I mean, look at the clubs they played in. We didn't really see them every day. But the players right now, they are doing exceptionally well. They're doing exceptionally well, and sometimes you just think the game has gone soft because look at wingers. Wingers have really dropped. Wingers have dropped. But you see, defenders, I think they are still top rated, and strikers. Like, I mean, Aland is doing something extraordinary. Look at Isaac. Look at this guy in Sporting Lisbon. Look at Lewandowski at 36. Look at what he's doing. So I don't really buy to that statement 100%.
Okay. In terms of tactics and maybe let's just say evolution of the game so far. Show. Do you think tactics played a part? How people were set up back then. There was less how will I put input from managers. There was more of reliance of individual brilliance as or unlike today where people play as in some form of structure. There's a set way of they want you to play. Do you think that played a part? And people seeing, because people are not seeing people use their initiative to dribble or to do this, or individual brilliance. Do you think that's a reason why people feel this way?
Okay, yeah. Let me use the style of one of my friend. Thank you for giving me this.
Who be your friend?
Okay, so I think I once said it as well on this pod 2 different times, if not more, that the game has dropped. The quality of players and the game itself has actually dropped.
Why do you why
Yeah,
yeah
yeah. So I am privileged to have started watching the game
Baba
from quite
90.
an early age. I mean,
about
yeah, I watch USA 90. My dad will literally just put me on his lap. He woke me up, put me on his lap, and we watch together. Atlanta 96, I did. Euro 96, I did. France 98 and the likes. Yeah. So, some of these guys I actually watch them, Now, then, back then, Champions League, NCAA start showing it from quarterfinals.
Mhm.
I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
know that. Yeah. Okay. So this is where I'm going. I don't want to say what the guy said. I want to refer to what that video that they shared. I don't want to say what the guy said is totally, wrong, or is actually not 100% correct. These guys were not underrated. Sorry, were not overrated. No, they are not. They are actually good, brilliant footballers. And don't forget, they actually play mostly for the passion. The game does not really have that kind of, let me use the word, permit me to use the word, crazy money back then. These guys are, it's the passion. They show their talent, raw talent. They play expansive football. The coaches just give them, insight into, how they should, possibly do one or two things, and then they show their talent. We see talent on display. These days, the game is being played like robots. Some of these guys, I personally believe that they can actually do more than what they are doing. But if you want to play, you have to listen to the coach and do what the coach has asked of you. So they more or less play in a structure, like a system. If you cannot play in that system, you will sit on the bench for the rest of your life. And of course, no athlete want to sit on the bench while watching a player who he feels is more talented, than to be playing while he sits on the bench. You can imagine if Van Dijk is sitting on the bench because he cannot play to the coach instruction and they use Gomez. It's actually so I think that is partly why the game look like it has dropped, because we don't actually see raw talent. How many players will play and give us that entertainment? Football is entertainment too, as much as it's business. It's also a form of entertainment. Don't forget. How many footballers will give us something that Neymar showed us, Ronaldo gave us? Those kind of players. It does not mean that they don't score goals now. I mean, they still score goals while they were doing those things. How many players of nowadays will do those things? No. What they want to do is tick it taka.
But
Before you know,
that's entertaining
gone.
too. When you
Yeah.
put a sequence of pass together and you
Mm.
play a pass that nobody is expecting, and you take away. I mean, you divide a team in such a way that they are dazzled, and you make it easy to score.
Okay.
That is entertaining as well.
God bless you. All right, good. Now let me ask a question. I don't know if you guys could recall anyway. AC Milan Liverpool. The goal that was it Crespo? Yeah, Crespo scored. I think it was Kaka that gave him that goal. Maybe you should go and look at that pass. Tell me how many of such passes is being made today. What I'm saying in essence
De
is
Bruyne
this.
will make such
Today,
passes
the game
many
is
times. De
Who?
Bruyne, Kevin De Bruyne, he will make
De
those
Bruyne
passes.
is worn out. How many De
Eh,
Bruyne do we
we're
have
talking about
again?
now. We're
Bruno
talking
will
about
make
now
it.
that he's
Bruno
world class.
Fernandes will make
See,
that pass.
you
Lamine
cannot.
Yamal will make the pass.
You cannot.
Okay, yes, true.
Three.
Why are you laughing?
Three.
Why
That's
are you
three
laughing?
players.
There's
We have thousands of players.
low see.
See, what I'm trying to say is you guys are Lala, you are a data analyst.
Dirty
You
data
are picking
analyst.
the what is it called?
But back then,
You are
back
picking the
back
exceptions.
back
and
then, no, it's not exceptions. But back, you're making a point and said I'm picking
Okay.
exceptions. But back then, apart from the
Okay.
Kaká that you've just mentioned in his era,
Yeah.
or a Ronaldinho, which you would count your exceptions on one hand. I will count my own two in one hand.
Lala,
in
me, I
this era.
support show.
Bro, I watch the likes. I watch the likes of Rico Style. I watch the likes of Deco play this game. I watch Riquelme play this game. Those are actual things.
Facts.
They play this Pablo
Facts.
Aima.
I support show. I support show.
Talented
No. I
footballers.
think we are mixing it up.
Top
I think
players.
what Lala
No,
said. Sorry.
See,
We are
the
mixing it up.
thing is.
Sorry for cutting
Okay.
short. Lala said
Okay.
he's not talking about the top
Wow.
players. I mean, that's what I heard. I think this is two different arguments. What he's trying to say is he's not talking about like the people you are calling like the decos who are like, the top. He's talking about maybe like, who did you even call Ricosta, or who did you call them?
No, I said the people like Batistuta in Inzaghi in terms
Striker,
of
yeah.
strikers. Fir-
No, you can't.
Firstly,
Right.
Batistuta was a top striker.
do you rate these
He was
guys
bought
as?
for 30 million at the time.
But wait. Do you rate someone like Inzaghi and Batistuta? Do you rate them as top strikers?
Yes, they are top strikers.
But do you know that people like Inzaghi now, right? They are. I don't want to call him a one-trick pony, because the entertainment you are looking for when it comes to Inzaghi, you're not going to find it. You're only going to find him beating
What is
offside.
Haaland? What is Haaland, please?
That's
What is Haaland?
you're making my point for me. Right? Now, if
No,
people see
I'm
Haaland,
actually
if people
not.
see Haaland today now, they will say, "Oh, maybe he's not a top striker. The game is gone. All he does is just pass the ball into the net." That is the argument of this day. When people are being effective at what they do, they say they just pass the ball. Haaland has better goal to game ratio than Inzaghi in his career. Inzaghi, yes, is a
Yes.
one
Lala, can I
trick
say
pony.
something?
Beat the
You,
Yes,
you
go
see,
on.
people's argument right now when it comes to players' positioning and what they put into the team is really different. The job of a striker is to score goals, regardless of how you do it. Whether you use your head, you use your ear, you use the job of a striker is to score goals. So I don't know what entertainment you are looking for in Inzaghi. What do you expect him to
Make I
do?
make my own point. Though. Make I make
They
my own
strike
point.
me.
You.
I don't know.
I don't think.
Okay,
When you
I'm
don't
not
finish,
done. You guys
is Lukaku
when you
is
don't
Lukaku a
finish,
top striker?
Lukaku is a top striker. See, Lala,
Make sure answer.
Lala,
Make sure
quote me
answer.
anywhere. Lukaku is a top striker.
Yes.
But you people will have said, "Oh, the game is gone." Like look at
Okay.
what is
Wait,
dead.
show,
No,
please.
I don't-
Show, please.
I
I want
don't-
to say something. Lala,
think I
the reason
ever
why I
said
said the game is gone, aside refereeing decisions, the way players are spoilt now. Back in the days, before the referee even dips his hand into his card, Gattuso would have finished you. Look at Lamine Yamal. No matter how good you think you are, there are people like Pepe and Ramos. They are ready to finish you on the pitch. People like Vinicius Jr. would not have gone this far. Probably would not have had champion Ballon d'Or shout if it was back in the days. I mean, he's playing well, but look at what Robinho played. Look at a player like Robinho. Look at what he played. My point is, the reason why I said the game is gone.
Those guys. I'm sorry to cut you, but I think you guys just, because football is not just about dribbling or passing the eye test or entertaining the fans. No, it's serious business. You have to do what you do. If you're going to be a dribbler and you're not going to be effective in scoring goals and leading your team to win titles, then you are nothing as a footballer. You are nothing. Sorry to say. People like Ronaldo.
I have a
That's why
question.
you
I have a
respect.
question, please. How many? Yeah, I have a question, please. How many wingers?
God bless you.
know who I
Left
call
winger, right
wingers now?
wingers can take
7 and
on their
How many?
defenders.
How many of them can do
Now,
one-on-one?
let's start from
now?
there.
Yes.
Of
How
course
many?
they are now.
How many?
What do
Count
you mean
How
how
top
many?
5.
You know what I'm
How
you know what
many
is
of
what
them?
what the problem is? The problem is this point I raised when I started this conversation is a lot of these guys show, as much as you say you watch these competitions in 1994. I know what I watched in 1994. I will tell you 100% for a fact. I knew what I was watching. I did not fully understand what I was watching. In 1996, Nigeria was playing. I know what I was watching. I did not fully understand what I was watching. You will see your flicks. You are not fully deep in exactly what you are watching. You see these moments and think that's it.
You seem to
No,
misconstrue
let
what
me
I have
make my
said.
point. My point
Yeah.
is
And I think I possibly should.
no,
maybe
I
should
get you,
come
sure. I know
again.
you've been watching from time. I've also been watching from time. I'm telling you for a fact. You see the moments.
That's-
You see the moments I see in today's game where everything is microscoped. Like, oh, you are not taking on enough. Back then, it's not like everybody is taking on enough to now. People are still passing as a team. It's not like everybody they are taking on.
Wingers
Were taking on. No.
one of the qualities
You can't even say that a winger is not taking on
and
in this era.
Lala.
Do you know that? Do you know there are more goals scored in this era than even that era? Because it made it seem like that era it was.
Of course,
it was
things are better now.
So how has he
right now?
depreciated?
Yes, any little foul, the defender gets carded. Right now, there are certain tackles that defender cannot go in because he knows there is VAR. Any small tackle, you get a card, and it could cost the team. So, and of course, we also know terrible referee decision nowadays. So I mean, defenders do a kind of withdrawal. You know, there are certain tackles that we saw then that that gives the game that, hey, come on, do it, yeah. We don't have it again. Defenders hardly go into such tackles now
let me
because they know that any little thing you get carded.
No, I think you guys you are mixing it up. I don't think the wingers of this
this
era
should be a
are
whole
not taking on.
new conversation entirely. They are not your Doku. I watched Doku today, Baba. Leave all this.
Doku is the one that dribbles the most. That's the point. He's the one that dribbles the most.
Where? Is it in Europe?
In Man City, he dribbles the most.
Are you talking about
Saka in the league? He takes on players the most. So what are you guys saying
that is Saka? They don't take you have just mentioned 2 people. We have over 40 wingers.
I will mention more. Dembele takes on. And every team I will mention the team. I'll mention the player who is always taking on. Dembele doesn't take on defenders.
In the Premier League, Dembele play in Premier League.
Now only Premier League will they talk about. We're talking about footballers of today. Footballers of today.
Okay,
every top team. Does Ahmad not take on players in your team? Ahmad. Partino, I'm saying it Partino. Garnacho, does he take on players or not? No, talk now, because now you go talk, say they pass.
You know what?
You don't
watch our game, obviously. You don't watch our game, obviously.
Okay, let Dele make.
Please continue
his
saying
point.
someone else, I beg.
Make I talk. What I would say is I think it's a 50-50. It goes both ways. It swings. Because I kept quiet. I was thinking about what everybody was saying. They had a point, but if you also look at it, it's not totally true as well. Because now, yes, you can say the defenders, they don't go into tackles. But I'll ask one question. Ronaldo phenomenal. Huh?
Wait, Ronaldo who?
Ronaldo phenomenon. That's
R9.
R9 and R7. Sure, tell me. Who is the better player?
It's R7. Who is R7, please?
CR7.
CR7.
CR7 is the better player now.
Are we comparing Ronaldo? Are we comparing Brazilian Ronaldo and Portuguese Ronaldo right now? Is that what you guys are doing right now?
Yes.
That's what
I know where Dele is headed.
No, you are joking. You are
Hold
joking.
on. Who has answered his own? You answer your own. Viva Baka.
You're asking me what?
Like who do you think is a better player? With everything,
I'm never going to
compare.
No, I'm not going to jump in that conversation. No, I'm not having that conversation.
Okay.
Ronaldo, why won't you? Why won't you? That's
but you called. Hold on. He said he's not going to go into the conversation, but he called when you were calling. Who were you calling to compare the other players with Doku?
Okay.
You don't know.
I did not. Wait. Hold on. Show Lala, Dele. When Lala started, can you hear me? When Lala started, can you hear me?
Yeah.
When Lala started, Lala said, let's not compare. Lala said, let's not compare the likes of Ronaldo, Messi, and Ronaldo. I think he mentioned that. So I'm not going to jump in that competition.
Yes.
He said the
because they are
exceptional.
exceptional. Okay. Yes.
Let me tell you.
Exceptional.
He said, let me tell you the reason why I said. There's a reason why I said football has dropped. And I mentioned it. I said, aside the fact that everybody is sensitive, both referee doesn't want to take some decisions. And defenders, they are very careful. They are always moving back. They don't want because right now this social media is widely used. Any single thing, they are going to drag you. So nobody wants to go through that phase. People are going through the depression of being dragged. What I'm trying to say is, generally, when it comes to the output of wingers and the sensitivity of refereeing decisions, football has dropped. Back in the days, Ramos knows that, we are going to lose this game, but I'm going to eat Lionel Messi and nothing will happen. I can take red card. How many players can take the red card for the team right now? They are not much.
Ramos and now is still the same era now.
Ramos and who?
Ramos is still the recent era now.
We are talking about defenders of now. I mean, last maybe 5 years. Now, when it comes to the wingers, of course, we can mention each winger.
Ramos for me Ramos is Ronaldo and Messi's era now.
Okay, what of Gattuso? Do you remember the game? Between Portugal and Italy? Is it?
Look at this picture. We are talking about from Ronaldo and Messi era till now and the previous
Okay.
one. So if you
Dele
got a good point.
hero game that they were about, is he 11 or 12 yellow cards and red cards or something?
Huh?
Who
Can you remember?
in a game?
I recall that
Hello?
England game. I
Happened in
think
Chelsea
it's
game,
Holland and one team. Yeah, I
It
recall that
happened in
Holland
Chelsea
team.
game,
Yeah, yeah.
What you are saying happened in Chelsea's game last season when this stupid referee was the ref. I think only two
There was
players or
an
three players did
European
not get card.
there was an European competition like that, countryside. Yeah, I think it was Holland and a team. But
I know what
basically,
you are saying. I know
what
that game you are saying. Too.
Mhm.
But what I'm trying to tell you now, you are
Yeah.
trying to make a point that because they maybe they put body or that why that one happened. It happened in Chelsea's game. That's what I'm trying to tell you too now. Last
Well,
season.
I think it's
No
just.
be
I think there's a bias for which is exactly the points that guy was making. There's this special bias that the
That's what I'm
footballers
saying. It's
of
50-50.
old
There's a
gets,
bias towards the old guys.
and
If you don't
we make
call,
it look like
I'm sorry to say,
whatever happened there
if you don't call the top phenomenons you're saying, for example, I'll use a Del Piero. How many of you even watch Italian league like that? Now only highlights when he score.
no,
When he
that Del
scores.
Piero was the most watched back then, no, in Nigeria anyway. I think.
let's
Man,
delay
I watched the Piero.
How many goals did he score?
Say how many people they watch Del Piero? Because
I
Del
watched Del
Piero
Piero
is
well.
not a striker. His role is not to score goals. It is nowadays that we base everything based on
And
goals.
the football has
As a winger,
evolved.
you're
Your role
not
is drop.
chill.
Lala. Now,
Evolve.
Del Piero's role is not to score goals, but you people are not serious.
I like what is happening
was-
here now.
Calm down.
Well,
The
so-
point
so-
is Iniesta.
You guys,
I don't think that's correct.
see,
So
chill,
let's
chill, please.
No, mainland.
Everybody
Make it
keeps
open, you know.
chill now. Everybody keeps infusing their own agenda. You need to calm down and listen to what I have said, please. Back in the days, it is not about stats. You don't judge a midfielder based on the goals that he has scored. It is right now, nowadays, the likes of when Ronaldo came to the scene, that we started judging everybody based on goals. We keep
Are you
seeing
saying Del
people
Piero is a
talk about the
midfielder?
DM and talk. Del Piero is a supporting striker.
Who makes him what
is-
in football terms?
He is a supporting striker. In football time, he's a supporting striker. He's not a striker.
In today's terms,
There's
he's a
literally not in today's time.
Is
he's
he a
midfielder.
forward or not? Is he a forward or not?
No, he's not a forward because nobody uses 4-4-2 again. He go come back on midfield in today's game. Yes, that's what it is. How many people use 4-4-2 now?
So
It's 4-3-3. So
they call person
midfield.
supporting striker. Striker they name, but it main work maybe to score goals.
but he is not a striker. Why is he not a striker?
If you have hold on now,
Uh-uh.
you go catch person as work at make it land.
He said that
No,
saying a support
okay.
striker, but
It no be
a
work to
support
score.
striker, no be the work to score.
Continue.
Because that is not his job.
I don't think so. And
Stuff
the
like
player
that,
that I
they
know,
know they
the
watch.
player that I know was also somebody that you
A
know.
striker?
I mean,
Or what?
no, not. I didn't say was a striker,
What-
but
what-
when it comes to set
what?
pieces, he was the one.
So
that's gonna
he's
take
up.
that set
So
piece.
wait. So because he takes set pieces, his job is. to
Then what's his
come-
job? Is he playing the
Nah,
set
don't
piece? Is he
disappoint
saying
me.
playing the set
He
piece
is-
onwards?
He is a supporting striker. His main job
Was he on
is not
pens?
to
Was he
score
on pens? Was he on pens? Was he on penalties?
Check-
Is he not the
check-
in most of? No, I'm telling you for a fact for Juventus, he's
Hold
the
on.
main penalty
God
taker
Lala,
when he's on the
Lala,
pitch.
Lala.
I'm happy you are saying
Lala.
this. Sergio Ramos was taking penalty for Real Madrid. Was his main role to score goals? Come on, stop saying this.
He's a
Lala.
Lala.
defender. He's a defender.
Lala.
Yes.
Lala.
Yes.
Please,
yes.
before this conversation goes out of proportion and before people begin to quote me what I've said, what I said was, honestly, all of us, we are right. What Show said, what Lala said, what Dele said, we are all right. But the fact is, there is a more structured pattern in the way teams play. They don't depend on individual brilliance. When you spoke about the free kick, look at players of old. We can count like different players that can bang in free kicks week in, week out.
Mhm.
It doesn't happen anymore. Now, when it comes to the wingers too, I also think they are more direct. I was telling a friend of mine that I think that was around maybe the first phase of the season, maybe before even 12 games. I said Doku is not a direct winger. He can't play for a team like City See, look at the wingers in the back, in the past. They don't stop. When they go, they go. I remember, is it Cannavaro or is it Pique or Puyol that won one award, and the next game was against Real Madrid, and Robinho just finished him. Those players of old, they don't respect anybody. That's my point. So the game is more sensitive. There is more money, and I just think because players are limited. Look at a player like Rafinha. Barcelona did not right now in Barcelona team. I don't know his position. As a Barcelona fan, I don't know what Rafinha plays. I just know he's a player that shows up, he scores, goes and goes.
Yeah.
And goes. I'm
So-
being
sorry-
very honest with you.
Sorry,
If-
Olasalam.
Yeah.
You've made a point which is valid, but
Yeah.
you cannot, because I have seen these people that you talked about. I've seen them take on players. I've seen them shown villains and try. I've seen Doku mesmerize and kill. Doku had
Forget
the most
how
dribbles against what's his name, Arnold in the game.
are we talking about just a game against Arnold? Go and look, bro.
No, but I want to make a point. I
Salami, I think you are forgetting.
I want to make a
saying
point.
something different.
I want
His
to make a
output
point.
is different from his dribbles.
Yeah, no, the point is they don't take on anymore, and I'm trying to make that point that they do take on now.
They still take on.
We've actually said it that the coach, there's more structure to it. There's more instructions from the coach. Don't do this every time. Recycle possession. Give the midfielder, try and play and pass. Everybody knows that happens now, but we cannot say for a fact that these guys who are wingers, who are skilled, who are pacey, who can dribble, don't have the ability to do these things. They do. We've seen them shown it time and time and again.
Bro,
but we see more of them.
Your example is
playing to
Doku and
the team.
Rafinha. Your example is Doku and Rafinha. The wingers of the past, let me tell you something. Once they take you off, we still have a lot of them right now. But look, everybody's just calling Dembele.
Okay. Nani is a winger of the past, Abi. Is he an example of what you're trying to describe?
Bro, I will pick Nani of the past over Dembele of right now.
You know how crazy it is, because the Nani you are talking about, his job when he goes on the wing and everything, what does he do? Courses. That guy will have cost 1,000 times in his career. How many of those courses resulted in goals?
I'm glad everybody's talking about Dembele because we see what Dembele is doing this season. Bro, Dembele used more than...
Answer my question. I asked you about Nani. Is an example of the model winger of the past that you're mentioning that you would take. And I'm telling you that his style of play was dribble down your fullback, cross into the box most of the time. Sure is a United fan. Of all the crosses that he makes for Man United, how many of them resulted in goals? How effective was that style of play?
Are you even saying Robinho? Every time Robinho played, then he was.
Or every time he dribbled.
I want to understand what you're saying.
Bro, I'm not saying, bro, what I'm trying to say is generally wingers have dropped. Before, in the past, there were a series of wingers that do a lot of things. Wingers and their corner kicks, they are in-swingers, they are everything. That's why we have very little wingers doing it week in, week out. Now, look at all the teams. Look at all the teams in the Champions League. Let's start from there. Look at their left wing and their right wing. Can we look at their performance all season? Lamine Yamal is a player that once he dribbles you, he's going to pass. Maybe because he's young, taking on the... Rafinha does not even dribble anymore. Rafinha places one...
Rafinha places... what you're saying, honestly. Are you trying to say that, okay, they are supposed to dribble and just go in and score?
How many instances of that? What's his name?
I know Robinho for his fact. Robinho will play in the league for that Real Madrid. I mean, maybe apart from that season, it was hot where they were playing. He will play 5 games or whatever. Like just leg over one round, leg over when they don't win, they do. Because I want to understand.
Robinho scored 25 goals for Real Madrid in 3 years. 25
in 3
goals
years.
Yes.
Okay. And
that's our model. That's our model winger.
It's not the primary.
How many goals did Dembele score for Barcelona in all the years?
Hold on.
You can check.
208 goals.
Who is that?
For Juve in 500 appearances.
I'm talking about Dembele. Don't get me wrong. What I'm trying to say is,
no worry.
Then keep coming. The thing is this: Del Piero is a supporting striker. His main job is not to score goals.
Come off it.
Calm down. You know the year things clear. Now my issue.
Does he score 200 or something goals?
Calm down.
You know there's an midfield for this
goals.
Hold on. Let's reverse. No. Let's reverse before you go. Sorry. Did you
what
say
I said is this? Calm down. Let me explain now. I said that
It's a
Del
simple
Piero
yes or
is a
no
supporting
now.
striker. Chill first.
Yeah, let me chill. Okay.
Lala said that, is this guy in today's game, what will Del Piero be playing? And I said, because people don't play 4-4-2 again, it will be a midfielder in the game of today because of how teams are set up now. Because most teams set
He'll
up
be
in
a
a
false nine.
4-3-3. That's what I said.
He'll be a first
Then
nine.
also,
By the way.
Sergio Ramos was a defender. His main job was not to score goals, but Sergio Ramos scored over 100 goals. Does that mean his main job is to score goals? Rooney was a supporting striker most of his time in Man U before we converted him to a full striker. As a supporting striker, Rooney was not even scoring 20-something goals for us because his main job is not to score goals. Most of the time, you see Rooney in the midfield at that time. I don't know why you're arguing. This is basic football now.
Sure. Yeah.
The likes of
Number one,
they
Sergio
were
Ramos did not score over
supporting
100 goals.
You like,
Hold
you
up.
like
No,
more
let me
being-
reply. Let me respond to him. Sorry, I have the right. Number one, Sergio Ramos did not score over 100 goals. Let's push that aside. Number two, if you say their roles footballer is so bad, but Del Piero then scored 200 goals, and if you bring out Kevin De Bruyne's stats, it's probably similar to what the players. And you say these players are so great. And for that,
In
hold
Madrid,
on, I did
in
not
Madrid,
exaggerate.
in Madrid alone, Sergio Ramos scored over 100 goals. Make you they calm down. I don't just bring facts from my head. He scored what?
72
That is
goals.
in the league, guy. That is in the league alone. League. 72 is
Then
league.
league now
He
Wikipedia
scored
they show.
over. Wait, calm down. Go and check this thing. Go down and check career statistics. In Real Madrid alone, he scored 101 goals. In overall
Sure.
club appearance, he has scored
Sure.
123 goals. And he has
Sure.
scored also international goals as well.
Sure.
Is his main
Sure.
role to score goals? That's a central defender.
That's not the point. If a striker is assigned as the penalty taker, as the free kick taker, dead ball specialist taker of that team, you cannot make the point and say his job in that team
Okay.
is not to score goals. Why is he on set piece?
problem.
Why is he on penalties?
No problem. Junior Pernambucano was a midfielder, right? He plays free
Mhm.
kick, he plays penalty. Was his main job to score goals? No. But because he's a free kick specialist, of course, they know that this guy can convert these things. But his main job on the field was as a midfielder, is not to score goals. I don't know why this thing is hard. It's Lampard's
What
to
made
score goals.
Junior Fernando? What made him popular?
Junior Pernambucano. Is his main
What-
job to score goals?
Yes.
So okay, wait. As a
I did not
midfielder,
talk.
his main job is
Hold
to score
on
goals.
now.
No problem.
I did
Then
not
we can end this
that's not what you
conversation.
just said. I'm asking you that what made him popular?
He said
What made
he's
We all,
so
we all know what.
because you know,
See, Dele,
I don't know.
Dele. It's not nice that we are. It's not nice that
You pick
we are picking on
agendas from what
things.
people say.
It's
Yes.
not really nice. Lala, it's not really
Viva
nice.
Baka.
See,
Viva Baka. You
Yeah.
picked out of everybody, you picked Dembele.
I did
So
not
I
pick.
think anybody
You are
else
not even
hold on.
listening, bro. No,
So I
you are
think
not even
everybody has the
listening.
right to
You are
pick any
not even. See,
player.
Dele, you are not even listening. I did not pick Dembele. You are not listening.
Who picked Dembele?
Nobody picked Dembele.
But you said Dembele. When you
So
were
does
talking
that mean I
about-
picked Dembele? Do you know how many other players I want to pick? Don't say things people don't say. There's no need for agenda. Everybody
Alright, let me
knows
just
why.
ask one question, then I'll-
Everybody knows what made Junior Pamecano very popular. It's because of his
Just one
set
question.
pieces. Okay,
Mama.
go ahead.
One question. Junior Fernando Cano, whatever the pronounce.
Junior Pamecano, yeah.
Was he Fernando Cano? Was he? Hold on. Was he a midfielder that controls the midfield and dictates play, or he was known because of basically his free kick goals?
Bro, I've answered you. I said one of the
I did not hear.
reasons. I said Junior Pamecano's one of the reasons why he was very popular was because of his free kick. Hold on, dear. Hold on, bro. Hold on, because we are always looking for something to cause an agenda. Look at Roberto Carlos. What does Roberto Carlos do? What made him very popular?
Was a good defender too.
What made him popular? That's what I said.
The free kicks.
Is that his job?
And
Does that mean
But
that
it's not
is
the free
his
kicks now.
overall his
I'm not
best?
saying his job. Hold up. I think you are getting something wrong.
That's what
I
you
think you're
talking
getting
about
something
Del Piero.
What you guys are trying to
say.
say is the players, let's retract a little bit. The players of the past, football has dropped, that they're so good that compared to right now, this same Junior Fernando Cano you're talking about, I cannot remember him controlling the midfield during play. But when it's time for free kick, that's his food.
How many of his
Abi-
games did you watch, actually?
Hold up.
How many of his games did you watch?
Only the ones in Champions League now. I mean, you will come here and tell us that you watch Lyon in the league then too. That's what you tell us in 1996. Now you Sabi. Me, I will tell you, I only watched them in the Champions League.
Oh my god.
Simple.
I want to
Now,
wait. Let
meanwhile,
us have the
Fernando
discussion. Wait,
Fernando
but I
Kanu
want-
did not play in 1996, mind you. Anyway, more so, if you say that,
No. I just use 1996 as a number now. Now you go call 1996 now. Me, I be how old for 1996?
problem.
I know what I'm.
Okay, so I think just to round up the conversation, Paul. Sorry, just to round up the conversation. I mean, we've talked about some of these players and their traits, what they bring to the team. We know some of the strikers, what they bring to the team, which is technicality, offside, beating offside, being free, finishing, and all that. We've talked about midfielders like Juninho and what they bring to the team. They are seen as dead ball specialists, and that's what they bring to the team, and that's their star traits, right? And we're now. I mean, I'm just saying, are we being too harsh when we now start saying, oh, nobody is banging in free kicks in this era, nobody is taking on in this era? Are we not, not looking at other things that these players bring to the table in this era, and which is the main point? People are underrating players of this era and thinking, oh, they are not doing as much as the guys in there. Like I said at the start of the conversation, I don't want us to talk about the exceptional guys, the Ronaldinhos, the R9s, the CR7, the Messis. Those were out of this world players. I'm talking about the guys who were a bit below their level. I mean, we see players in this era. I mean, when I see the Ballon d'Or list, people are always saying, "Oh, what? We see this one they do for list. If it was back then, would they have been doing this?" But do we think players of back then, if they came to this era of football, would they also be this effective? I just want us to round the conversation with that. Are we?
Lala, let me go first
Yeah.
just to clear myself from this conversation.
Yeah.
You see, when you say exceptional players, you have taken the best of the best out. I find it very hard to see a lot of exceptional players right now. They're just a few. Okay, let me say several of them. Maybe just and pick one or two from a team, and that's it. What I'm trying to say is, you see, back in the days when I started watching football, and I understood the role of wingers. A winger can take away three people and it goes clean and helps the striker, makes the team go through less stress. I can hardly bank on any winger right now as we speak, because when you were speaking, you said Doku. Yeah, you said Doku. He took on the most stuff against Arnold. Is Arnold the only right back? There are other right backs. There are other wingers. Do you understand? And the fact that Lala was Dele was talking about what do you know this guy Dembele. When Dembele was in Barcelona, I was rooting for him. But look at one of the things that made Dembele who he is. He just became Dembele right now. And when he was in Dortmund, in Barcelona, even when he played, his decision is the way he took his decision, the way it's just like saying Adama Traore is a brilliant winger. He's not a brilliant winger. Adama Traore can run from one pole to another and he does nothing. I maybe I'm losing the
Isn't that
names
what?
of
Isn't that what the people were trying to compare now? Like these guys of old. Now, if we say people like I don't even want to go Dembele or any of these people, but we have wingers in this era. who do
mention
the job.
exceptional wingers. Let's mention 5 exceptional wingers that we have in
Saka.
Europe right now. Okay.
Saka is an exceptional winger.
Okay.
If I go to Man City, even before Mahrez left, Mahrez was a exceptional
Okay.
winger.
Mahrez, yeah, you are right. Uh-huh.
Salah is an exceptional winger.
Okay.
Hazard is an exceptional winger.
Okay.
I mean, although that one don't retire, but
Gareth Bale.
no, I wouldn't add Gareth Bale in there. Who else? I mean, I'm a bit blank here. If I go to
Okay. So
He doesn't have the
So let me now back up what I'm saying. Now you are saying let's take away the exceptional players. Let's not get it wrong. Please. Gareth Bale was an exceptional player. So if you are taking somebody away like Neymar from the conversation, and you say okay, let's take away Ronaldo, and you are picking up Gareth Bale right now. Don't get it wrong. When I'm the kind of wingers I'm looking at right now, I'm talking about the past 3 or 5 years. I'm talking about them. This guy in PSG, Desiree. I'm talking about Lamine Yamal. I'm talking about Saka. But when you're talking about wingers of old, we have people like Ian Robben. We have people like what is this? Frank Ribery. There were a lot.
Very.
There were a lot of.
Those
See,
were exceptional, you know.
what I'm trying to say is, if to get this conversation going right, let's look at the years we are talking about. Because if somebody is picking up Hazard and Ribery, I don't think they are a lot of years far away from each other. Maybe not where they started playing, but I think they played in some competitions together. What I'm trying to say is, I'm not actually if we are taking up the exceptional players, Gareth Bale was an exceptional player. And Gareth Bale did not start as a winger. Don't get it wrong. He didn't start as a winger. So
Well, was he an exceptional winger?
he was an exceptional winger. Ribery was an exceptional winger. What I'm trying to say is, when Ribery was with the ball, see, don't get it wrong. Football has dropped, and I'll back myself up anytime. When you give Mahrez the ball, you are the opponent. You don't need to. You know it that it is over. When Ribery has the ball, you know it is over. When Gareth Bale has the ball, if he doesn't have the flair, you know it's going to beat you in speed, bro. Before Dembele this season, I was when he was in Barcelona. Anytime he had the ball, bro, my heart usually triple beat. I know it's either he gets his run right and he gets the pass wrong. Same thing to Doku.
Yeah, but that's what these other guys did now. I'm going to round it up.
This thing will be going back and forth. Just round up.
Yeah, I understand. I get it. I just felt that's the point I'm trying to make, but you guys are not, and you are not seeing, because these other people you would mention, apart from the exceptionals, is when you look at their output, you will see that they are not effective. And what you are saying, the same thing you are.
You know they're effective. Assist in go. Okay, if you say goal is not, hold on. If you say the goal is not this person's primary, okay, what of assist? How many does he have?
I'm not even talking.
Sorry, it goes back to Babafe. Lala knows the person I'm talking about. You know, when we're having some conversation and I call some players that, oh man, this player, he said they live Fireball generation. Sorry for speaking Yoruba, because you didn't watch the game. He was a top supporter then. They actually cost those same players out then too. Like, what are you doing? Is the goal we want? Score this goal. Stuff like that. Some people in Nigeria will tell you Ikpeba. I've heard someone tell me Ikpeba.
Babangida. I don't want to.
And I went back to do my research. I watched the goals and I'm like, how many goals did these people score? Ikpeba just runs down the straight line. And you say
you are right. Dele, when I started this stuff, I said to use the word overrated and underrated is a bit harsh.
Oh, no, I agree with you. I agree with you.
You said 50-50. What I'm just trying to say is the output that I expect from a lot of wingers right now is not what we usually expected from wingers. That's what I just meant.
Output, not goals and assists. Output based on taking on or any of these things.
Exactly. Okay. That's what I said. That's what I said.
Yeah, I understand where they go. What they try to talk now basically is the flair of the game has probably gone.
Exactly.
Now it's all about your
flair doesn't win games, but let's round up the discussion.
I agree with what you said.
Wasn't that what I said initially? Wasn't that what I first said? That there's no flair.
That's what Show said. That's what Show said. Dele just came and he made it feel as if
I don't go back and forth. This come out again. We'll listen again. Okay, now wait till you talk. It will come out. We'll listen again.
We don't talk this topic. I think I intended for us to talk about this for about 15-20 minutes, but I think we went about 40 minutes on this. And it went a bit rowdy. So guys, if you're listening, I do apologize. This was not the plan. It was supposed to just be make your points and let's move it forward, but it went like second episode.
Yes, now true. Lala is a Chelsea fan. We said we should mention wingers. He completely skipped Chelsea.
Because there's no
freedom fit fighter there, and then there's that one that used to raise his shoulder. What's his name?
Madueke.
Madueke, and then freedom fighter.
Don't even go there Madueke, because if you put two of them together, they better pass your own wingers for Man U. So no go there. No go there.
What did you say?
They better pass your wingers for Man U. So no go there.
Lala top 11. Lala top 11.
I will say people round up. You don't understand that conversation.
You know if you do top 11.
They play
Madueke pass Garnacho.
He play because for league, you say Garnacho is a good player. I tell you, say Ghana should.
Okay, which other winger you
I
get?
don't talk
You
am
no
be- I
get.
don't talk am before.
He get Ahmad, we get impact past Pedri.
He get injury. He get injury since.
Guys, that's the episode for today. It was a bit long, an hour 30 minutes. Yes, thank you all for listening. If you listened to the end, please leave your comments and we'll read them in the next episode. I think we had one comment on YouTube, but I'll read that the next episode. Follow us on social media, on Twitter, Truth and Banter, and on Spotify, Truth and Banter. Thank you to all the guests. See you on the next one. Bye.